Z. My name's Stan, and who's ready for another BattleBots 2022? And actually, I don't know when the season 7's going to air, but it's coming up. I think maybe early next year it might air on Discovery Channel. And you know, if you've never been, you really need to attend. It's night and day. You know, I've watched it on TV, and it's the crashes, and you don't feel it. You don't see exactly what's going on. When you're there, it's amazing, and the carnage is incredible. But we had a pretty good time, so I thought I'd recap it for you and go over the whole BattleBots 2022 that we did. I jetted out there, took some stuff with me that I know that the Lincoln tent needs. Our friends at Lincoln Electric were very well equipped. Here's a shot of their booth. The first day I got there, we're still setting up. And what's nice about this is I get to use all the high-end machines. You know, a lot of this stuff is they bring some really nice welding machines out there, and I get to play with all of them, and I get to talk with the Lincoln guys, and they can check me out on the machines and set them up. We got to use a push-pull aluminum gun that just fills aluminum like you wouldn't believe. This is a pretty nice machine. Check this thing out. Now that's a pulse-on-pulse push-pull aluminum gun. So it's not really a spool gun. It's I mean, even the Stinger itself is just a very expensive unit, but it's something that I would never probably buy here in the shop. I don't do that much aluminum fill or that much aluminum work. What little I do, I just do it by hand, TIG weld. But it's pretty cool to actually play with that machine and get it going. They also had a hard facing. I don't remember the name of the rod that they used, but it was a spool of this hard face rod, and it just went in a regular MIG machine. It's only available in the large 33-pound spools, but it's a metal shell with a powdered metal core, and when they fuse and melt, it gets about 58 Rockwell, and it's multi-pass, so you can build up weapons and things like that. We had weapons that came in from the bots that were damaged, so we were able to do that very easily. You know, it's a lot better than stick welding them. If anyone's ever welded with that stuff, then you know how runny it is, and it doesn't like to stay where you put it. All right, so yeah, we got to play with some pretty high-end machines. We got to do the old wrap the copper wire around the gear trick, which is seen here. Now the shock loads and everything that these bots take shear off keyways like they're not even there. I've seen taper lock bushings sheared. I've seen keyed properly fit gears on shafts just sheared off. So the shock loads are tremendous in these bots. So their answer is just bring it in, sacrifice the motor, weld the gear to the shaft. Nothing else they can do. They got to get to the next round, so we do it. But you wrap copper wire around the motor shaft, and the actual gear does two things: gives you a place to ground it without passing you know, your current through the motor shaft and bearings, and it also acts as a heat sink. You know, we put like a heat sink around that shaft, and it pulls the heat away and doesn't allow it to get down into the bearings, grease, seals, things like that down in the motor. So that was a good trick that we utilized. We did a lot of straightening, a lot of torch, a heating and a beating, an awful lot of that. You know, I took a Hotshot 1200 with me just for the heck of it, to see if if we could use it for anything. And as soon as the BattleBot builders found out that I had a high temperature oven, they were all over that. So we did some annealing on some weapons that needed some welding. So we annealed them first, did some welding, and then they'd reharden them. And then we also did some hardening on some gears for another team. So it was kind of nice having the 1200 there. But after we used it, we really didn't want to take it home. You know, it's used. I can't sell it as brand new, so we just gave it away to a builder. I went around and we collect. They give away in Vegas. They give away poker chips from every team. You know, like a souvenir. So we went around and collected poker chips or some kind of token from every single team. Then we had a drawing.
Hey guys, welcome to BattleBots, Season 7, Day 9. With me is the lovely Julie. She's a production manager. Is that what you... Okay. And we're going to give away an oven. We've got Jim Bollinger here from Do Right Fabrication making silly faces in the back for absolutely no reason. The oven to my right is a Hotshot 1200, originally developed by Marzio Industrial Development over 5 years ago. And at the time, I really didn't have time to develop anymore. I passed it over to a company called American Rotary, and they started building them for me. They're still made here in the United States. This unit is a 1200 cubic inch oven, 4,000 watt, 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. You heard that right, 2,000 degrees. It's got a nice size working chamber, 240 volt. And what we're going to do today is give it away to a builder. We brought it here to demo it. Julie's going to call a token. We've got a whole bucket of tokens that we grabbed from every single builder that was able to provide one. And you're not going to look at that bucket. I'm going to hold it and be impartial, all things being equal. Hello. Ribbot.
Ooh, Ribbot.
There's your winner.
Congratulations.
Ribbot, congratulations. You're the winner of a Hotshot 1200 shop oven. Okay, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
All right.
So, you see that one?
So congratulations go out to Team Ribbot. They won a Hotshot 1200, and they can use that to do their in-house heat treating and paint burn off, and you know, they can heat up a part for press fits. They can heat treat, anneal. They can do whatever they like. But the shop oven is awfully handy to have after you get used to having one around. You don't know what you did without it. So congratulations to Team Ribbot. And you know, I was also able to, we overlapped a little bit with Jim Bollinger, so I was able to hang out with him for a few days. I was there for 12 days. He came in for, I think, 10 days, and we had about a 3-day overlap of me and Jim. So we got to goof off and play a little bit. I met some new friends, you know, some of the other guys from Lincoln, some familiar faces, some I just met, and enjoyed my time with them. SEMA's coming up. They're scrambling to get out of BattleBots and get over to SEMA, which is right down the street, but you know, they've got a whole new display over there. So one tent is breaking down, the other one's setting up. You know, we're just out in the parking lot in a tent. We had an air conditioner this year, cranking air into the tent, which was nice, but it gave us some trouble with the welding gas, so we ended up with these little cardboard pieces out of the crates from the welding machines, just trying to shield our work. You know, we put them up on the table and kind of make a little enclosure around it so it wouldn't blow our shielding gas away. You know, and some of it's trickier than others. You know, the aluminum, you know, you need to have good shielding. The steel's a little more forgiving. You know, there was some TIG work that got done. Here's a picture of Craig with a titanium side plate that he welded up. So good job, Craig. And I think he welded on that until he ran out of rod. A rod is pretty scarce around there. Lincoln supplies all the welding consumables for BattleBots because they don't bring titanium because it's so expensive. So they do not bring titanium filler rod. And I think we ran that until our customer ran out of filler rod. He didn't have it anymore. So we did get that thing put together, and it survived. You know, it did well. But good job, Craig, and good looking side plate. A lot of the damage I can't show you. I can't show you BattleBot damage. I can't tell you who won what round and who did what and where, but we were able to get inside and see a few rounds, and it's a lot of fun. Like I say, you really need to get out there and see it in person. It's just the way the floor shakes and the way the arena rumbles when these things go in there. You can't project that on television. You just have to see it in person. And these bots are serious. And this is the first year that they've told their, all the builders, they told them basically there's a ladder, and they told them who their opponent's going to be. So they're all doing measures and countermeasures. And, they're scrambling in before their fight saying, well, we're up against this guy, and he does this and this, and we have to countermeasure it with this and this. So they're adding plates and deflectors and all kinds of stuff to their armor. And this is the first time they've ever done that. So it's pretty neat to see how their minds work and how they try to counter their opponents. All right. I guess that's about it. I had a great time. If you can catch it on Discovery, go check it out. It's a lot of fun to go. If you missed it this year, maybe next year you want to come to Vegas and check it out. But make sure you catch it on Discovery Channel. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.